Assalamu alaikum ji. This video is about your midterm exam, and for midterm exams we will be considering informative speech as your summative assessment for midterm. So you need to put your heart and soul into that assignment. So without much further ado, let's log into Moodle, where I have uploaded all your tasks under informative speech and slash midterm dash midterm. You need to click on the first tab. Under midterm assignment and formative speech, I have assigned each student a different topic. So if and you need to know that there are 27 students and there are different 27 different um, topics that I assigned you. So you need to go through all this, and you need to know that what are you going to present on. And it's due on April 30th, which is right after almost 3 weeks from now onwards. Um, and if you go back to mid informative speech, and the second video will let you inform you about how you can add your audio video narration and can add it into your PowerPoint presentations. So you need to go into log into, and you from the first tab you will be submitting your PowerPoint presentations. Number two, you will be knowing from number two tab you will be coming to know, and you will learn that how you can add audio and video narrations. And I know that for most of you it's a new thing, so you need to go through these things. It's very important things, and this is something will help you into your later life as well. If you click on the third tab, which inform you about what is an informative speech. So it says that an informative speech is one in which the speaker relays knowledge to an audience on a specific topic. There are four distinct types of informative speeches. Speech is about objects, speech is about processes, speech is about events, speech is about concepts. So number one, speech is about object. Number two, speech is about processes. Number three, speech is about events. Number four, speech is about concept. So if I ask you to introduce me any object, for instance, a cell phone or a fountain pen, then that speech will be about object. If I ask you to explain me about the processes, for instance, for photosynthesis process, any other natural process or artificial processes, then that speech will be about processes. Informative speech about processes. The third type is of the events. If I ask you to let me know about a different event, for instance, coronavirus itself has turned out to be the biggest event of this era. So that will be an informative speech about event. And number four, concepts. If I ask you to inform me about the belief system, about the theories, about the principles, then it will be about the concept. So you need to go through all these details, because I haven't uploaded all this information, and you need to actually go through it. Already there'll be four types of informative speech, as I explained it to you earlier. You need to go back, and if you click on sample informative speech, you will come to know that I have uploaded a sample of informative speech, and this excerpts are taken from President Barack Obama's informative remark to the American people of the death of Osama bin Laden, given on May 1, 2011. So here it is, and if you go through it, you will come to know that how an informative speech should structure, and how we need to go about preparing our speeches. All right, G. And you need to go at your own about the sample. If you click on informative speech, how to make an outline, there are two different uh, documents that I uploaded, and I'm going to open both of them. You need to download these. And if you open that up, the first one, it's about how to write an outline. So you need to insert your speech title, and let me tell you, you are going to submit this speech document, this outline, along with your PowerPoint presentations as well. So please make sure that you go through this outline as well. Your title will come at the top. The type, if you're talking about, type will cover the four types. For instance, object, processes, events, and what was the fourth one? The concepts. So these four types, any type that you need to identify. The purpose, you need to inform us about the purpose, and then you need to look into attention introduction, which introduction, the first part is attention catcher. Come up with the points that you think that helps you to catch the attention of your viewers or your listeners. Then second, listeners relevance link, speakers credibility. You need to go through all these things. Thesis statement, one complete sentence that tells the audience the topic of your speech. One complete sentence that tells the audience the topic of your speech. Thesis statement actually informs about your stance on on a subject, on the topic. So this is something very important. And then the preview, tell your audience what you are going to tell them. Then transition statement, body speech, the first main point, sporting points. Number two, data. You need to gather data on that. Sporting point, data. Number three, supporting data we need. Then number second main point. Then number third, and we of course need sporting points, transitions. All right, G, when I go through this worksheet, I am not expecting all of you to actually sort of, you cannot have these many um, points in your informative speech. For instance, you might not be able to know about speakers' credibility, because speakers' credibility, when it comes in at this point in time, you might say that you're not expert on that particular object that you are going to inform your audience about. So whatever comes under your domain, you need to carry on with that. If you think that this thing is getting out of, taking you out of context, then you can leave that up. I don't mind that. So similarly, in the body of speech, I think one point will be sufficient, and then one first main point and the supporting point and the data number two, and the and first point one, I think first major point and the supporting point will be sufficient. You can leave the rest as it is. And if you click on the second document, the second document will actually take you to the same worksheet, but in a kind of shorter. This is the worksheet that I'll be needing you to submit me when you are going to submit your PowerPoint presentations. So as I said earlier, that the first main point till here will be okay if you just let me know in the body speech. And if you want to go on and work on that, I'll be very happy. But in the body, you can retain yourself till the main points. But I'll be looking into introduction, main point, the first point, and then conclusion. All right. If you go back to informative speech, then that's it pretty much from my side. I would really want all of you to think that how long it should be. I'm not restricting you. I'm not restricting you in terms of like slides. I'm not asking you to add or delete or add it, like work on 7 slides or 8 slides. I'll be happy if you can make it like precise, but do not extend it to keep on extending it. But I'll be really interested in knowing that how you're going to take on this particular assignment. So I'll give you your due credit if you manage to submit me, number one, your PowerPoint presentations along with your narration. You need to add your narration or your audio or your video in your PowerPoint presentation. So I should be I should know that in your own voice. So I should know that who is doing what and how he or she is going to explain and inform that particular topic that I have assigned you. Number two, I'll be needing you to submit me the outline on your informative speech. So outline will give me a glimpse that how you have structured your informative speech. So these two things will determine your grade. Okay. So you need to look into your PowerPoint and I'm not restricting you that you should be like having 5 slides or 7 slides. At least 5 slides will be okay, but if you want to extend it till 15 slides or 20 slides, I don't mind it, but try to keep it minimum and try to make it at least 5 minutes at least. So pretty much that's much on from my side. I hope I'll be have made you understood that what informative speech is and how your midterm exam is going to look like. So if you still have any confusion, any problem, do let me know. I'll be happy to answer you. So I sign off. Thank you very much. Take care.